As we flip the calendar from June to July, we saw the end of an era in Robbinsdale as Delane Cleveland reports the last remaining video store of its kind in the metro closed as customers sought out movie classics.
It is the end of an era for home video rental in Minnesota here.
In the days before streaming services, people wanting to watch a movie no longer in theaters had to venture off to the video rental store.
I think it's just overwhelming, actually, the amount of stuff that's accumulated through the course of the years.
Roughly 40,000 titles is what Scott Prost collected since Video Universe opened in 1986.
There's a lot of good stuff, but it takes work to find them.
The vast collection is why Melanie K. Berger and her family have come here for several decades.
We absolutely love this place.
But today, she's not here to rent. Rather, she's here to buy.
We're just looking for those gems because as they close on Friday, we don't want them to close, so yeah.
Prost announced in December that it's time to close, largely because many of the new titles started going directly to streaming services.
There's so many new releases that I just don't have, that video rental doesn't have access to, and so much stuff that people want to see.
So he decided to put his entire inventory of 40,000 movies and shows up for sale.
We're here for hours.
And Berger is taking full advantage.
It's not this short little trip, it's an all-day thing. We normally put all of our selections up and then we go next door to get pizza and then come back. So yeah, it's like a pilgrimage for our family, yeah.
Most of the titles are selling for around $5, although Prost says the most sought-after titles have been picked over.
So they'll come in and they'll ask for Dirty Dancing and think we still have that here, or Blazing Saddles or Slapshot.
Leaving customers to decide whether they really want to add a movie starring Paris Hilton to their collection. But the obscurity adds to its charm, and a business like this is something we'll likely never see again.
This is a classic place, and it's wonderful, and we are going to miss this place very much.
Meanwhile, in Maple Grove, a celebration of new beginnings. River Valley Church received approval for a new church to add to its locations around the state. The 34,000 square foot building will go up on a vacant lot at Arbor Ridge Parkway and 101st Avenue. The main auditorium will have seating enough for 600 people. The building will also have smaller auditoriums and classrooms. The church currently hosts its services at the Whirly Ball Twin Cities Entertainment Center. 4th of July festivities may not be fun for all of your family members, including your pets. Experts with the Animal Humane Society in Golden Valley remind everyone fireworks in your neighborhood can be stressful or frightening for animals. They recommend you create a safe place in your home for your pet to retreat to. Also, make sure your dog or cat has an ID tag in case they do run away. They also recommend you attempt to create positive associations for your pet with the sound of fireworks by starting to give treats and positive attention while playing low-level recordings of fireworks going off.
So they start to build that positive association with that noise. And then over time, you can gradually increase the noise of the recording so it gets louder and louder, and you continue to give them treats, attention, toys to build that positive association even further. It's a long-term process. It's not going to happen overnight, but if you work at it, a lot of animals will get more used to the noise and not quite as scared.
Veterinarians have more tips, or they may be able to prescribe antidepressants to help your animals cope with the sound of fireworks. This fall, a group of Armstrong High School students will head overseas to showcase their skills in the garage and on the racetrack. Kevin Miller has more on the long-distance field trip.
The Armstrong Supermileage team came back from Indianapolis with their heads held high.
And it was crazy. I was shocked.
The team went to the Shell Eco Marathon competition this spring and took first place in the continent.
I wasn't even trying to hold it back anymore. Who gets to watch their kids build a car that they race around Indianapolis Motor Speedway?
Competitors try to build the most fuel-efficient vehicle. Armstrong faced off with 70 other teams in a race against fuel consumption, but they started down the road of the racetrack months earlier.
The class itself helped build the frame, but then the club helped build everything else.
By adding this little bended piece here, it makes the side a lot stiffer.
The students worked together to install an ethanol-powered dirt bike motor and, well, everything else on the car.
This team is very special in the fact that we all worked together so well.
But it wasn't all welding seams and punching rivets. Students had to hit the books to design the car and submit their plans.
The list for the rules is about 1.5 inches thick, and about 1/4 of that is what you have to have in your paperwork.
Using this, we were actually able to get a lot of our scores corrected there.
Their hard work paid off with a win this April.
It was incredible. The race was just something else.
I'm gonna be honest, I was jumping up and down. It was the best experience of my life.
With their first win under their belts, they head off to India in October for a global fuel efficiency contest.
There are a lot of challenges to that competition, but I know with my amazing team, we'll be able to overcome those challenges just like we did at Indianapolis.
The car ships off to India in July, and even if the team doesn't come home with a trophy, they've already gone further than they planned.
I joined the car class thinking, hey, it's something fun to do. I like cars.
I was really hoping to set a baseline and just build a foundation this year, and now I don't know how you top going to India.
In Plymouth, Kevin Miller, CCX News.
Residents in Robbinsdale can now look up and see their city logo with a fresh coat of paint. The city wrapped up painting of the new water tower. The project is a big one. It took more than 5 weeks to complete the painting. The new tower holds 750,000 gallons of water. It's about 60% of the city's average daily water use.